Hey guys, let's talk about it. Yeah. This week was pretty good for us. I mean, we go 10-6 after an 8-8 week, so we get a little bit back on track. The Packers did lose to the Lions. I believed in myself, so that's a good start to the week right there. For some reason, I picked the Falcons again. I don't know why I did that. I did that twice, and they lost both games, so I think I'm gonna avoid that one. Dolphins, Bills. Let's see. Yeah, I had a lot of struggles with these 1 o'clock games. So Dolphins, Bills. I chose Miami thinking that their defense wasn't going to be able to stop them, but they showed up and they put points on the board pretty well. I did get the Vikings correct, thank God. Even though they didn't play to their best ability, they still were able to beat the Panthers. And I chose the Bears, and they had it for so long, and they just gave it up at the end. And then, yeah, my Browns just wanted to make sure that I had an awful day, so they forgot how to play football. They also had a fifth string rookie start at quarterback against a pretty good defense, so we were kind of screwed from the get go there. Um, and we got the Steelers and the Texans, and C.J. Stroud and the Texans are looking good. They look pretty freaking good, man. I think that AFC South is looking like it could be a fight right there. Um, we got the Rams and the Colts. Thank God the Rams show up. I thought they would, but I also voted for the Indianapolis Colts to win this game. I thought that they would have a better team, but the Rams, they played, man, and I dig it. I gotta adjust because these teams, they have weeks where they're on and their weeks where they're off, and I gotta look at it more. The Bucks beat the Saints. I definitely had that because I did not think that Derek Carr would start. Let's see. Commanders and Eagles. Closer game than I anticipated, but the Eagles did pull it out. Titans Bengals, an absolute smothering. The AFC North looks so bad this year for some reason. We score three, the Steelers score six, the Bengals score three. Like we just look like why are we what is happening? But we just beat the Texans by that exact same score last week, so I don't even know. They're not the Texans, the Titans. So, jeez, man. Chargers and Raiders. Yeah, this was a good one. This was pretty mistake heavy. Herbert gets his non-dominant throwing hand hurt, and Aiden O'Connell is getting sacked 6 times by Khalil Mack. Like it's an entertaining game to watch. Somehow it came down, to the end. Um, but yeah, we did pick the Chargers to win, so they did win, and we picked the Cowboys to beat the Patriots. Thank God the Cowboys look like they should. So I was expecting much worse. 49ers beat the Cardinals. We expected that. Cardinals put up a good fight though. Josh Dobbs looks good. You know, I'm excited for their future. They got a nice little squad that they might keep some pieces from down there. Um, we got the Chiefs and the Jets, which was way too close for no reason. A lot of penalties not called in that game. A lot of penalties that weren't really penalties called in that game. That one was one that was on the TV, but I was like, oh man, this is closer than I expected. And Zach Wilson looked better than he has been, so that's good. But it's also very helpful when you have a quarterback who's going to the Hall of Fame in your ear telling you like, hey, this, and this. I'm sure that helped out a lot. And then the Seahawks Giants 24-3. Yeah, stop putting the Giants on freaking prime time, man. Please, God, flex them out of every primetime spot for the rest of the year. This was the last week they couldn't do it, and they really tested it. Okay, so we'll go ahead and move on over to week 5. All right, now this will be interesting. Bears Commanders. Yeah, originally I have the Commanders winning this, and I'm gonna stick with that prediction. Uh, the Bears looked good against the worst defense in the league last week, but they still couldn't win. It was a good day for Fields. Gives you a little bit of hope as a Bears fan, but to still not win that game after being up by like 21 points is brutal. So I was getting a phone call. Jaguars and Bills. This is the overseas game in London. Yeah, this is gonna be a Bills win here. The Jags just aren't kind of up. They're not up to that level really. Texans Falcons. We're gonna give that one to the Texans for sure. Um, Panthers, Lions. This is going Lions all the way. I mean, Dan Campbell's got the squad rolling. Titans, Colts. This is probably the difficult one because the Titans have gotten both smashed and just smashed a team. The Colts have fought very well in both or the last two or three of their fights. So, man, you know what? I think the Colts are gonna win this one. Yeah, I'm gonna go with the Colts here. I might be wrong because I'm not sure how good their rush defense is. I can't like think of anything that if their rush defense is good or really bad. But I'm gonna go with the Colts here because I know that the Titans secondary is a little bit weaker. Giants Dolphins. Yeah, this is gonna be a Dolphins win pretty easily right there. The Patriots and Saints. A little bit more of a tougher one. And this is it's difficult because you're thinking about the defense. The Patriots just can't put up any points, so they're struggling in that terms. But I'll give it to the Saints because I think that the Saints will be able to score at least a little bit. Ravens Steelers. No Kenny Pickett most likely, right? I think he might be done for the year at this point. No, I haven't seen any injury news on him, but I do know that he went down. I think you're gonna go Ravens here. Ravens will probably win this one. The Bengals and the Cardinals. I'm actually gonna give this to the Cardinals. The Bengals need to bounce back. This would be the game to do it. But I'm gonna give it to the Cardinals. I think that they're sneakily better than people are giving them credit for. I mean, they did beat Dallas. They've made a lot of their games pretty close. So I think you're gonna look at it and it's gonna be more of a closer fight, and I think the Cardinals might inch it out. To be honest with you, then we got the Eagles and the Rams. Matthew Stafford gets hurt last game, but they say it's just a contusion and he'll be able to continue to play. The Eagles aren't the worst 4-0 team, but they aren't the best 4-0 team. They've really slugged it out to win these close games, which is good, which is what you want. You want to be able to close it out in the close games, but there's an element to it that you want to be able to blow out some teams too. Like you should be expecting to, as a Super Bowl contender, to really put the hurt on. Man, with the pressure that the Eagles defense is gonna give up, is gonna put on Stafford while he's hurt. We saw what that happened with Cincy's defense when there's a lot of pressure at Stafford. He doesn't have time to throw, and they don't have a run game. It's going to be really rough for them to move the ball or get any points. So I'm going to give it to the Eagles based off their defense. And I think that's how that game's going to roll out. The Jets and the Broncos. This game only got a little bit more interesting because of last Sunday night, where I think that the Jets looked a lot better. Let's see. Yeah, I'm actually going to give this to the Jets. I think if you get Aaron Rodgers on the sideline with Zach Wilson, I think that they can beat this team because they do have the worst defense in the league. Yeah, and like I said, I don't trust the Broncos to win anything. They went down 21 points against Chicago. Like, it was bad. Chiefs, Vikings. I think you're going to give this one to the Chiefs here, too. The Vikings get their win, but it's going to be a rough sledding for them ahead. It's going to be a really hard fight here, and they just don't have the defense really to really put up against this. Next we got the Cowboys and the Niners. This should be a good fight. I think it'll be a good fight. The problem is I think the Niners are going to win. They just have such a great system. And they just have so much going for them. Like you just give the ball to CMC and he'll hurdle a guy for 15 yards. Or you can just have a nice design play action run and boom, Purdy pops it for 15, and he's only missing one pass in this last game. The Cowboys need a little bit more juice, a little bit more sparkle to make their stuff work. So that's why they'll hit CD on a deep or something like that. And their defense is good. Both defenses here are good. This would be a nice Sunday night match to watch. Packers Raiders on the Monday night game. That'll be interesting. Don't know the Raiders quarterback situation, if they will start. They'll go back to Jimmy. They're going to start Aiden O'Connell again. I don't know. I'm actually going to take the Packers here, though. I think that they get a lot back from injuries. I think they had 10 days, I believe, to prepare for this matchup. So I believe that the Packers should win this. I want to see them establish some run game and not put it on the back of Jordan Love and play in the first 2 quarters. They were having a lot of issues with just not playing football in the first 2 quarters, and they come out and only play a half of football. So that's what I'm hoping for. Those are my picks, guys, for week 5. If you guys like the video. If you guys aren't subscribed, subscribe. I have the new series of bets coming out. They come out usually the day before or the morning of the Monday night, Thursday night game. So on Thursday, tomorrow, there will be a video for Thursday night football's bets, and I usually do a Sunday 1 p.m. slate as well, because I'll release that on Saturday. The Monday night football game, I usually do that video in the morning, so it'll be out sometime between noon and 3 p.m. So you guys want to be subscribed if you guys want to see those bet videos. All right, I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.